Start whenever.
Start whenever.
Start when you fuck give.
Welcome to the Uninformed, a weekly podcast where we talk about subjects that we may or may not be informed on. I'm Thomas, and this is Phonics.
What's up?
Today we're going to be talking about Christmas, and there's not really any structure. We're just going to roll with it.
Who needs structure?
Yeah.
Pussies.
I mean, I need a structure to sleep in.
Only
because
cats need structure.
Only cats need structure? Well,
Yep.
I mean, if you're going to take over the world, you got to have some structure. Hitler. Anyway, so, Christmas.
Best time of the year.
Joys of Christmas. Well, I guess one of the first things that comes to mind when you think about Christmas is gifts. And I wanted to bring up what gift giving is like on both sides for me. Yeah, gift giving. We're just receiving things from other people. Because, I mean, I guess I'm like a prideful person. I don't know. It's like, if somebody gives me a gift, I guess, obligation. Let's just talk about that. So, it used to be that when people gave me gifts, I felt obligated to return the favor. Like, oh man, they gave me a gift, I gotta give one back. And that's pretty much how I was in college, because I was broke, like every other college student on the planet, except for all my friends, apparently. But anyway, we won't talk about that. Well, we are, actually. Never mind. We are going to talk about it. It was really frustrating for me, because I didn't have any money to go anywhere. So I would go places with my friends, and they'd be like, oh, let's go see a movie. And I'd be like, well, I don't have money to go see a movie. And they'd be like, no, it's fine. I'll just pay for you. And I'd feel really bad, because I'm like, I'm just taking your money. And I didn't realize, like, they would just tell me, like, I don't care. Like, it doesn't even matter to me. Because, like, they had jobs and they were making money or whatever. They just wanted to spend time with me. And, like, that idea, that concept, being okay with it and accepting it, didn't kick into me until later, when I actually had a job and I actually had money and I was with my friends who were going through a rough time. And they were like, well, I don't have money for that. Or, you know, I'll be like, well, I'll buy you a movie ticket, whatever. Like, and then they would do the same thing. It's just like, when you can buy something for somebody else, when you can provide a good time for them, especially if it's somebody that you really genuinely care about, like one of your best friends or just somebody you enjoy hanging out with. When you can provide that, it just feels fucking good. So, like, now, when people give me presents and stuff, and I don't have the resources, or I don't have the time to put actual thought into giving them a gift back, it doesn't bother me as much over Christmas. Like, I have friends who, every year, they will get me something. Like, even, like, some friends who travel, and they'll always bring me back something, but I never do anything nice for that. And this makes me sound like an asshole. I mean, I guess I kind of am. But, like, I don't feel bad about accepting that from them, because I know, on some level, the enjoyment is just for them. Like, they enjoy giving me stuff. They enjoy providing that good time. Like, one of my friends gives me cookies every year for Christmas, and they're homemade, and they're fucking good. Like, I love them. And it's just like, I don't have the energy to bake you cookies, I'm sorry. But, you know, they know that I care about them, and they know they're my good friend, and everything is chill. And it doesn't bother anymore like it used to.
Well, and why do you think that is?
Just experiencing it from the other side. Like, if I had never been able to provide anything for anybody, I would still be that way. I would still be like, no, don't give me anything.
Don't give me anything. I don't like
But now it's like, Also, college just turns everybody into a moocher. Like, free is free. Mooching is mooching. I'll take it. Whatever. Surviving.
Yeah,
Screw you, Darwin. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway. That is what I think about gift giving. So this Christmas, when you don't have enough money or you don't have enough resources or time or whatever you need to give back, just know that it's not about giving or getting. It's about being you. And if that's who you are, and if that's not who you are, you know, whatever. I mean, everybody has their family Christmas where it's like, oh man, we all do a secret. Well, in my family, with the big family Christmas, not the. Okay, so I have like 3 fucking Christmases. All right, we have our immediate family Christmas, which is like all me and my siblings and my parents and our significant others. Like, well, I mean, obviously my parents are significant others, but you know, if we want to bring home, a girl or a boy we happen to be in a romantic partnership with at that point in time, they can be part of that Christmas too. And then we have our big fucking family Christmas. And since my family isn't rich, what we do is we do like the Secret Santa thing where we all draw a fucking piece of paper out of a hat, and then we buy for whoever that is, and I think we have like a $20 limit, but if you go like a little over that or whatever, as long as you're not being extravagantly over or extravagantly under, well, not extravagantly, but like diminishingly, I don't know, what's the opposite of extravagantly? I don't know. I'm not educated. Anyway.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, whatever the opposite of extravagantly, so the other side of things, so, little to no money on it, you're fine. But anyway, so, I mean, do those things, because those are your immediate family, and it's just, it's part, whatever your tradition is. But, like, all those other people who got you something, and you didn't remember them for Christmas because you had everything else in your head, or, don't feel bad about it, because they got joy in giving you something.
Yeah.
They took the time out of their life to say, hey, this person matters to me. And, I mean, I guess some people are going to feel bad because you forgot about them. But, I mean, if they actually know you, they're not going to give a shit. They're going to be like, heh, memed them. Or they're going to feel bad for you because you're fucking poor. So, I mean, call that a lose situation, but to me that's a win-win, whatever. I'll take your sympathy, fuck it.
Yeah, I said this, I think it was the Thanksgiving one, where I talked about this as well.
Yeah.
I don't mind taking things whenever they're offered. Like, if someone turns around and says, I don't want this, I want it, I'm just like, I'll raise my hand, shit. Free is free.
Yeah, free is free.
As for gift giving, I don't expect anyone to give me anything. I don't care if they do. If they do, I'll appreciate it, sure. But, I don't expect anyone to. I enjoy being able to give people things, even though I don't really have an income to do that with. I would like to. About my only driving force for doing anything. But, I don't know. I just, I don't understand the philosophy of feeling that you have to give something back as a gift whenever, just to me, a gift in itself is just, this is out of my generosity, and please take it out of your gratitude.
Yeah.
And
that's that.
Like, I'm fine with owing people stuff. Like, if it's like, you gave me something that, you kind of expect back. Not as a gift, but, you're just being kind to me in my current situation. Say I just need money for, like, getting food for a week or something. I'd expect me to be able to pay you back because you say, it's kind of like a loan.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's just your pride taken in, like, not accepting charity.
I mean, I guess it's just...
Unless I specifically say it's a loan, if somebody needs money for fucking food, and I gave them money for fucking food, I ain't expecting that shit back. I'm just like, wow, this person that I know, or this person that I don't know, wow, they're starving. Like...
I don't know.
I don't want anybody to starve.
Okay, that was the first example. It was probably bad. That's all my fault. That's my fault. That was probably a bad example. All right. Say someone really wanted a game or something. All right.
Okay. All right.
And like, say you really wanted a game, and someone's like, "Oh, I could get that for you," but it's like you kind of expect the money back. I don't have a problem with that either.
1 year later. Hey, I got you a game that you didn't even want. And now we're paid back.
You mean what I did to Peter?
We're even, bitch. Wait, what'd you do to Peter?
Oh, he bought me Undertale, and I turned around and bought him Battle Right.
He didn't want Battle Right?
He didn't ask for it, and I was just like, I want people to have Battle Right, so, here.
Accept this gift. Accept this gift from me. It's for you, but it's actually for me. It's like when you buy your wife golf clubs. Oh, you don't want them? Oh, well, I know somebody who can use them. Gift giving. I don't know. I miss the days when I was a spoiled little brat and everybody just got me a gift and I didn't have to worry about shit.
Don't we all?
There was like my big family Christmas on my dad's side with my grandma on his side, and there was my big family Christmas on my mom's side with my grandma on her side. And everybody gave me presents, and it was glorious. It was a day. Those were the days. And then I grew up and realized everybody was poor. And I joined them in their poorness. Anyway.
Speaking of gifts, did you ever receive a gift like one of those little flying toy helicopter things?
Holy shit, yes.
Oh, those
I
are the
actually
best.
hurt myself pretty bad with one of those.
Oh no, what'd you do?
Okay, it wasn't one of those little ones, like one of those little spinny ones.
Uh-huh.
It was one of those big helicopter ones.
Oh,
Like,
the ones getting closer to drones?
yeah. But it was still, you have the little handle that you hold, and it sits on top, and you pull it, and that spins the thing on the top of the handle, and that spins the propellers, and then it goes up. So this thing is like, the blades must have been like a foot across or more. So, but because it was so big, it would kind of wobble. I don't remember exactly how this happened because it's like at least 10 years ago or more. But I pulled it and somehow my finger got caught in the blade and it like cut really fucking bad.
Damn.
And then I stopped using that toy. 'Cause fuck that toy.
Yeah.
Ooh. What's one of the weirdest Christmas presents you've ever gotten?
Weirdest as... Define weirdest.
Okay, alright, how about this? Off the wall, like unexpected. Like, okay, for example, one year, I like mac and cheese. It's my favorite food. One year for Christmas, my grandma bought a bunch of mac and cheese, but she didn't, like, give them to me in those boxes, like in the mac and cheese boxes. She, like, packaged them up so you couldn't shake the box and tell what was inside. Like, she took out all the noodle packages. Like, okay, she took the dry noodles and she put them in plastic bags and the cheese packs and put them in there all together. And made sure it was, like, really tight so you couldn't, like, hear anything or anything like that. And they did it right in front of me, and it just didn't click. And so on Christmas Day, I opened up this big box, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I, like, look inside, I'm like, look at all this fucking mac and cheese. And I literally just got up right then and there and made one. I was like, this is one of the best Christmases of my life. Thank you. Yeah. It's a good day.
Oh, gosh. I was gonna say, oh, well, actually, I guess I should say my weirdest gift.
I mean, that's not super weird, but it was just... I mean, I guess you could get actual weird with it if you got, like, a giant black dildo or something, but that's not really where I was going.
Honestly, I don't know.
Phonics only gets standard gifts because he's a boring-ass person. Same.
I mean, I got, like, those little toys that, like, stuff like you pull the button and it fires, like, those little discs and stuff.
Yeah.
I got a little helicopter thing. I've gotten some little bouncy balls. I've gotten actually one thing I really enjoyed. I wouldn't really consider this off the wall, but it's one of those weird. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a ball that has I'm not sure if it's a liquid inside or what, but it rolls around and the weight on it like shifts based on where you're rolling it.
The weight on it shifts based on where you're rolling.
The weight inside shifts as it's rolling
Oh,
around.
interesting.
I don't know what it was called or how it worked or anything, but I'm ready to get one of those.
How big was it?
It is pretty good size. I can't think of a baseball size.
Baseball. Okay. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen one of those, or I have, and I just don't remember.
It's like light enough to where you can like make it roll up your arm with like a little bit of force. If you were to like hit it, spin it just right. But the way it weights itself, you can you're supposed to be able to do tricks with it and stuff. Like make it roll up and down your arm and stuff. I don't know. It's weird, but
sounds really cool.
Yeah, it was. I don't know where it is. I'm sure it's in a box somewhere.
It was so cool, I forgot about it.
I mean,
never played with it again.
I'm a person that doesn't really need anything else besides like what I utilize consistently, like
like a bathroom and
a bathroom,
computer.
a bathroom, a computer, internet, obviously to go with the computer.
I mean, that's
a couch and a basket of clothes. There we go. I got everything I ever need.
Well, I mean, food.
I mean, this is all assuming I was living on my own, had the income to go get something to eat.
Oh yeah, you just walk there.
That or just, have it whole cabinet full
delivered.
of ramen.
You just have it delivered. Don't even need to leave.
I'd rather have a cabinet full of ramen.
Well, have you tried cheese ramen yet?
No. Oh god, I actually want to now.
Oh god.
Because of the conversation last week.
We'll have to take a brief intermission, boys.
You reminded me.
Going to get some cheese ramen.
Oh, I already ate. I'm not hungry right now. I already ate.
Yeah, sure.
But something
because you're gonna let you being full stop you from experiencing cheese ramen right now.
Yeah.
All right. Next on the agenda that we don't have, holiday traffic.
Hold on. Before we go to holiday traffic, I was gonna say on the line of the reason I brought up the helicopter and everything, I really wanted to make a transition into drones.
Oh, okay. All right.
I just want to talk about drones real quick. Do you watch Casey Neistat?
Who?
Okay, I'll take that as a no. He recently partnered with Sony to make like this super drone, and this just enormous drone actually pulled him up a mountain and picked him up out of the air. Picked him up and held him in the air.
I actually just watched the Philip DeFranco thing, and he was featured in that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I actually do know what you're talking about.
So, how do you feel about just the scope of drones, just like evolving from this tiny little toy helicopter we used to have as kids to being something that can now pick people out of the air?
I mean, see, here's the thing. Drones used to be this cool new thing for people who were techies to just dick around with, like, or say you were into sports and you wanted to get aerial views, like the amateur photographer, just strolling around, getting aerial view shots, stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of practical uses for drones, but what they've been doing recently is they're like, we need to regulate this shit. Because there's been, like, very large fires. There's been very large fires and stuff, and people have been just flying their drones over there where people are trying to get shit done, and they've been inhibiting aircraft from getting in there. I don't remember the situation exactly, but I remember there was a big fuss over drones flying over and getting aerial footage of just big forest fires and stuff like that, because it was inhibiting the firefighters from doing their job, and it's frustrating to me because stupid people are making it so that it has to be regulated.
Well, I was gonna say the other reason it's been said to be regulated is because of a lot of them have cameras on them. Surveillance is up and down thing with people.
Yeah, I can see your point, but I don't know. If you're really that frustrated about drones flying over your house, just get an EMP gun or a real gun and shoot it out of the fucking air. It's like, well, this was in private property, like
going drone hunting.
I don't understand why the government needs to get involved. Like, for example, like around here where I live, if a dog wanders through your yard, oops, I shot it. Like, people actually do that. So it's like, it's a drone. It's not even a living thing. Why does it, like, if you're doing illegal things with it, if you're spying on people and stuff like that, yeah, anything's gonna be used nefariously. Like, a gun. People are all upset about guns. It's not the fact that people have guns, it's the people who use the guns. And you've seen how good a job the government's doing with guns. Like, I mean, all right. We're not going to bring that up. Fuck that shit.
Drunk politics.
Yeah. Anyway, Trump, because we have to bring him up at least once every podcast. Anyway, I think drones are really cool, especially for, like, amateur photographers and just getting those aerial shots. stuff like that. Like I know some people who go over to the Middle East and do digs and stuff for archaeology type things, and
Uh,
they take like extra batteries and stuff and get aerial shots there, things like that. Just simply for the photography side of things, it's pretty huge, especially now that they're more available to the public. More amateur photographers and just people in that field can get a good start or offer more services more cheaply now that drones are more popular and being made for the average person. I also just think they're cool to have. Like, I mean, who doesn't want a drone? Like, you can just fly it around and shit.
Yeah,
You know?
I guess apparently drones are also being made to where they can like track people now, like on a for a civilian market.
What do you mean? Like, the programming in them is so advanced that they can stick to a specific person without even any like tracking device on them or anything like that?
Okay, well, you and I both have seen Phil DeFranco.
Yeah.
It was one of his videos he did on his second channel. With have you seen his second channel at all?
No.
Well, he has a second channel that he does just kind of casual stuff around his office with SourceFed Nerd, and a couple other groups and organizations that all work in the one big office he has. He got a drone, and he turned around and wanted to use it, and he was testing it out, and he put it up in the air and turned on its tracking thing, and he had one of the people turn around, run down the
driveway?
Not driveway, run down the parking lot.
Yeah.
And the drone was looking at him and following him like spot on, and started moving closer to him as he was running away.
Well, I mean, you can see how that could be used dangerously, but America, like,
I think you mean Skynet.
oh my god. I don't understand why the government feels the need to regulate things. It's just like, instead of like trying to create this place to regulate all the things and putting people in jail and stuff, how about just say, don't use drones over fire? Don't inhibit people from putting out fires with a drone. I don't know.
Alrighty. Well,
Anyway, so if you're thinking of buying your your niece or nephew or your kids or your grandfather or your dad or
if you think
or
about
your
buying someone
mom,
a drone, no, I'll be out with a gun trying to shoot it down.
yeah, I'll be out there trying to shoot your drone down if you fly it over my property. If you don't and you mind your own business, we all good, fam. We all good.
What if they had it over the sidewalk?
What's a sidewalk? I mean, okay. So that kind of falls in line with paparazzis, right? So how do we regulate paparazzis? What's too much? For like famous people getting bogged down by people with cameras trying to get
I
that
honestly
juice
don't know
shot.
about that.
Yeah, alright, well...
No, I'm saying I don't know about that kind of stuff.
I'm saying that should be regulated the same way. It's like, if we allow paparazzis to, get in people's faces with cameras, why are we not... I mean, why are we going to stop a drone? Like, what's the difference? It's just mobily operated. Then again, I'm a fan of the person who's like, oh man, you're sticking your camera in my personal space? Oh, I broke it? Ooh, too damn bad. Go fuck yourself. Anyway.
So, we're gonna take a good 180 real quick and go traffic.
Traffic. Also inhibited by drones. Anyway.
Air traffic.
Air traffic. I don't know. It's been a while since I've driven in Christmas traffic, like a year, I'd say. Not funny. All right.
It's not really. I don't drive, so.
All right. Christmas
not sure
traffic.
how much else I can say on this subject in particular.
Well, people do stupid things.
People do
when the
stupid things
weather's
all the
bad.
time. People do stupid things when the weather's good.
I think people do more stupid things when the weather's bad than when it's good.
I mean, they're the daredevil, sure.
Yeah. If if you're uncomfortable about driving in the snow, remember that there are other people who are uncomfortable driving in the snow who are making the same decision you are to drive in the snow. So you have a bunch of incompetent people driving in the snow. Now, if you are competent in driving in the snow, remember that there are other people who are incompetent about driving in the snow, so it doesn't really matter, because you're going to get hit anyway. So, avoid driving in the snow this Christmas season.
Speaking of snow, you had any snow up there?
If by up there you mean 2 hours from the beach.
Down there, left,
No.
right, I don't care.
No, I have not.
I had a little bit of snow. Of course, our day went from a perfectly sunny day, no cloud in the sky, 70 degrees, to next day, cloudy as fuck at 20 degrees, and the next day, snowing. Sorry, actually, it was snowing on us, 20 degrees as well. The next day, snowing even more in, like, -5. So, yay.
So you'll move to Canada, or?
No, that's just the state of Oklahoma.
Well, I hope you enjoy it.
I mean, I enjoy it during the winter.
I'm glad I don't live there. Speaking of weather in Christmas, alright, here's a good one. So, I used to live in Asheville, North Carolina, and then I moved to the other end of the state. Please, internet, don't track me down and murder me.
What? What the hell was that?
You know, I'm just giving people a general idea where I used to live and where I live now.
I mean, they're gonna track you down regardless. You have a Facebook, right? Too much tracking's gonna happen.
Damn it. They're getting their drones out now.
They're just gonna, you're gonna walk out, and it's gonna see drones just flying over your house.
Yeah.
It's just all floating there looking at you with their
So I
cameras.
used to live in Asheville, where we get like a good 6 inches or more, you know, on Christmas sometimes. It hasn't happened consistently, but I mean, a lot of times it's a white Christmas. And then when the first year we moved down, our first Christmas down, we had what the locals called, air quotes, a blizzard. And it was 1 inch of snow.
Well,
The
then.
mentality of people down here is when there's that much snow on the ground, you don't go to work. You board up in your house and you stay
Wait
home
it out.
because it's too dangerous to go out. A bunch of rednecks with fucking trucks, you know, modded trucks, big ass tires, scared of a little snow. It just makes no sense.
Oh gosh,
Anyway.
that reminds me of a story I got to tell you when you're done.
No, that's it. That's all I had to say.
Okay, well,
Sorry, rednecks. I didn't mean to insult you that much.
I did. Anyways, so we've here had a couple issues of really heavy ice. Not necessarily snow, but ice. And one year, I don't remember how old I was. It was years ago. Well, one year, it was raining enough ice that it covered everything in a very thick sheet of ice. Very thick, very smooth. There was no snow to cover that up to where you could actually have traction. The entire thing was ice. Everything. It's just a landscape of ice. And it was so bad, we were actually put in a state of emergency.
Wow.
But I was like, hey, it snowed outside. I was really young. I don't remember how old I was. I was like, hey, it snowed outside. And I ran out the door. And my first step I took, grabbed my foot, maybe slipped, and I fell. And I live on a slight hill. So I slid down, and the road is like in a dip. So I slid down into the road. And I could not stand back up because it was just pure ice and it was slick. I could not stand back up. I had to scale up like clumps of ice to try and get my way back up, and I wasn't making it. And then my stepfather turned around, grabbed a rope from the garage, and threw it out to me and fished me off the ice to get me in.
Well,
Because there was no way I could get out, and if anyone else stepped outside, the same thing would have happened to them. Because there was zero traction on that ice.
so you have a new appreciation for Modern Warfare now?
What?
It's so McTavish climbing up that ice wall.
I've never played Modern Warfare, so I
Oh
don't
my
know.
god. I think it's Modern Warfare 2. or 3, one of those. No,
The
no,
only
no,
Modern
no.
Warfare I've ever played was Modern Warfare 3, and I didn't play it very much.
Oh,
I've never been a Call of Duty fan.
dang it. Well, that reference was lost on you, but maybe our listeners will know what I'm talking about.
But anyways, that was fun.
Well, I don't think I've ever had a hard time with ice specifically. Like, that hard of a time. Like, there was this one year, like, it snowed, and then there was, like, this layer of ice on top of the snow, so we took our boogie boards out, and we're just, like, sliding around on it.
Boogie boards?
Oh, okay. A boogie board is like, you know how you go to the beach? Have you ever been to the beach and you go to those surf shops?
No, I've never been to a beach.
Oh, okay. Well, a boogie board is basically this kind of foam type board that floats in the water. It's like the size of your chest or a little longer, and you use it to like body surf with.
Okay.
So yeah,
I think I get an idea.
Primarily for using at the beach. And they have like it's got a strap on it that you strap to your wrist so you don't lose it in the ocean. Anyway, so we were just sliding around on those, kind of. It's pretty fun, but the plastic piece that kept the handguard got really brittle because it was cold, and then it snapped. So there's no, my boogie board no longer has a safety strap on it.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And later that year, I lost it in the ocean. No, I'm just kidding.
And then later that year, I lost in the ocean, never to see it again. I named it Shamu.
Shamu. Why the fuck would I name it Shamu?
I don't know.
Why would I name it after I lose it? Makes no sense.
I don't know you.
Clearly. Just make a podcast together. Oh, man. So, any scary moments in the car because of winter conditions?
I remember one time we were going over to some distant relative, not really distant relative, but just lived far away and technical relation to house to have a little family dinner for Christmas. And that Christmas Eve, we actually had a, you say quote unquote, this was probably, this is a pretty good scale, windy, blizzardy style snowstorm. I would go as far as to say it was a blizzard, an actual blizzard. And we were on the highway. So we were lined up by behind a whole bunch of cars and just slowly going down the road. And we would move about a foot every 5 minutes because it was really crowded on the highway, and it was snow all over the place. It was coming down really hard, and it was really windy. So people were worried about moving too fast, and it was an adventure. Saw a couple cars that slid off the highway while we were going past, and there were quite a few people who just turned around and camped in the cars that night because it was so bad.
Well, I mean, a foot every 5 minutes isn't a great travel speed.
I mean, I may be exaggerating that a little bit, but it literally was about every 5 minutes, push down the pedal and then release and stop.
Just slide a little bit.
Yeah. Not even push down on the pedal. It was like release of the brake slightly and then stop again.
Yeah, I can't think of any times I had bad time on the road. I don't know, North Carolina does a pretty good job of keeping the roads salted and getting them cleared.
Yeah. Roads here are garbage.
Yeah. Well, you should move here, bud.
If I move anywhere, it would not be there.
Florida. Go live with the old geezers.
No, I would not move more south. I'd move more north because I can't handle heat.
Oh, well.
Either that or move to a more mountainous area. Less moisture. Humidity, I mean.
I got you. A drier climate. Well, I think that about wraps it up for Christmas. Pun
there was
intended.
one other thing.
One other thing.
There was one other thing we were going to talk about.
Memes?
Memes? Memes? Memes! Pepe the Frog? Hey, shut up, phone.
Pepe the Frog.
Pepe the Frog, my phone goes off.
He's coming, he knows. Santa 2.0, Pep.
More like Krampus. Anyways.
Krampus.
Actually, I got another thing. Around this time of the year, a lot of film companies turn around to shit on movies because of the whatever it's called for movies, the award thing. I can't think of it at the moment. I'm having a complete brain fart.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Leonardo DiCaprio finally got a thing. Oscar.
Oh, Oscars, yeah.
Yeah. I guess those happen start of the next year. Or pretty early. And so a lot of film companies just shit out movies or hold on to movies until like December, the end of the year, to try and make movies that are kind of like, you know, fresh in everyone's mind whenever things like that are considered. But, you know, just movies in general. How do you think about that? And how do you think about, like, Christmas movies?
Oh, I mean, I've never been that into Christmas, to be honest. Like, I mean, not to tell a sob story, but, I mean,
Sad story.
My family's the kind of family that kind of fights every year. I mean, it's gotten a lot better more recently, so, but, you know, never been that into Christmas. But everybody has their Christmas movies that they watch every year, and I think that's cool. Like Elf and fucking Miracle on 34th Street or something.
I guess Frozen's the commonly watched thing as well.
Oh God, kill yourself.
Why?
I'm not a Frozen fan. I haven't either. I just didn't think that needed to be brought up, Phonics.
I was just talking about the subject I just stated.
Alright, Frozen, this is a Frozen safe space. Alright?
Oh, we need Tom in here for this. Tom will defend Frozen.
Oh my God. Well, too bad he's not down there. Bring him up. I don't know, I think it's good. I think it's a good marketing strategy, to be honest. Like, if you want something specifically fresh in somebody's mind, save it for when they're gonna think about it whenever you're trying to get an award. It's a good strategy.
Yeah, it's strategy. Kind of sleazy, but it's a strategy.
I know. The other thing is, like, everybody's off around Christmas. Everybody has the free time to go see a movie with their family. So yeah, put your good shit in the movie theaters. Rogue One. Anyway.
Speaking of Rogue One,
good movie. Highly recommend it.
You seen Rogue One?
Yes, I have.
Oh, I haven't seen it. I really want to though.
Dude, tell me when you do. We can do a whole podcast on it, JK. We're not here to promote Star Wars. They have enough promotion.
Why not? I mean, if we like it.
I mean, we could. We'll see what our fans have to say. If they want us to talk about Rogue One. What?
I said, what fans?
Don't discredit me, alright?
You are a whole 12 people. Congratulations.
Yeah. I'm all 12 of our fans.
Well, now we're down to 2 people.
Hashtag multiple personality disorder, baby. Let's go.
Oh, you want to talk about multiple personality disorder? We can talk about that.
I don't think it's very Christmassy.
Very Christmassy.
Nobody wants to be reminded of their mentally challenged family members on Christmas, dude. Come on.
You're right. Maybe it'll be next podcast. I don't know.
All right. Thank you for listening to our podcast.
Listening?
Listening?
You said listening?
I said listening.
You definitely said listening.
Alright, fuck you. Thank you for listening to our podcast. Make sure to tune in next week for a new podcast. The
last one
week,
of the year.
Yes, the last one of the year. It'll be very special. And make sure to check out our previous podcast, which was about
our self-education.
Oh, he remembered! Hey, Lamau.
Hey, if you watched the previous one, I remember the one previous of that as well.
Oh,
fuck you.
Hey, I'm too old to remember these things.
You're like a week older than me.
Really? Nice.
Is that it? When's your birthday?
14th of January, baby.
Yeah, mine's 21st, so exactly a week.
Haha, suck it, bitch.
You nothing special?
My parents got it on a week before yours did, so you can suck it. I am somehow superior because of this happening.
Maybe you were just born early.
Alright, well, bye-bye. Say bye, Phonics.
No.